Recently, I was able to sit down with Dave Bekerman, who is the writer and director of the amazing short film TRAD and one of the masterminds behind Homemaker Mary. Please check out this interview and see what he has to say and look for upcoming events for TRAD as well.
Awesome. All right. So you are the mastermind behind TRAD. You wrote it, directed it, and then you collaborated to have it made, right?
Yeah, yeah. My wife
Yeah.
Jill co-produced it with me, so I couldn't have
Oh,
made it
awesome.
without her help.
Yeah. Does she have does she work in this field or?
Yeah, she comes from like art department background, so she works on productions as a buyer for set decorators. And so
Oh,
she
cool.
also, on top of producing Trad, she also did all the set deck and all the production design. So in collaboration with Matt, the DP, they really turned it up to create the Trad world for the character, you know.
Oh, that is very cool. So what would you say inspired you the most to write about this?
Well, the second I read about the tradwife phenomenon, I was instantly just flabbergasted. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't even quite sure if it was real at first. It seemed so silly
Hmm.
to me and kind of funny. But then as time went on, I kept seeing articles and influencers blowing up, and it became this
Hmm.
whole ecosystem about going back to traditional values. So it stopped being funny and started being a little sad and a little scary to me. And it
Yeah.
was, I was having emotional reactions to reading this. And so I said, well, maybe
Hmm.
there's something there. And at the same time, I was looking to make a short, but as all filmmakers know, it's really hard to get the right concept that you can execute on a budget because most shorts are self-funded, as Trad was. So
Hmm.
seemed like something I could shoot almost entirely at my house.
Hmm.
Um, and I said, okay, like there's something here, it's like it's part of the zeitgeist. It's commenting on the way society is kind of moving backwards instead of forwards. So
Hmm.
everything kind of aligned with the concept is something I wanted to talk about.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like it almost feels like it's those desperate shreds to like hold on to the past. So people are just recreating things that I actually don't even think really existed. They were more just this idea of things. And now you get to cosplay that and perform this.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's why it's kind of tragic is people romanticizing this past that
Yeah.
wasn't great for a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
And I
No
still
one.
I feel like there are still articles coming out about like the hypocrisy of the whole trad movement, and these people are putting forward an image that's not entirely accurate to what's really going on behind the scenes. And so
Yes.
the whole idea was also a way to just comment on the unreliable nature of social media and satirize.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think it did a fantastic job with that because it showed, the on screen and then the behind the scenes of her performing this world for a different person. And it's tragic. It's very sad.
But hopefully the movie's not too sad. I tried to
No, no, no. Yeah. No,
that
the
that was
movie's
kind of like,
fantastic.
yeah, that's the undercurrent. But I think it's actually kind of funny and exciting and crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
there is sadness to Homemaker Mary's real life story, and that I was trying to
Mhm.
echo kind of the way I feel about the whole movement.
Yeah. Hmm. So with your background, I know you've written for other movies, and you are absolutely a horror fan. What movies have kind of brought you here and inspired you to make this?
With Tread, it was interesting. I don't know if there were any movies that like it was more the idea that inspired Tread, like the social
Hmm.
media onslaught and the articles about trad wifery. But looking
Yeah.
back, there are movies that certainly were like kind of instrumental. I think when we watched George Romero's Season of the Witch, which is
Hmm.
like one of his more unheralded movies, but it's kind of a masterpiece in its own way. It's so low budget and so independent, but so prescient, ahead of its time in the way it comments on women's rights. And
Yeah.
I thought it was incredible. And another movie with witch in the title, The Love Witch. I just thought, Anna. Oh, sorry if that was loud. Uh,
Oh,
Anna Biller did such an amazing job with The Love Witch, with the production design and the lush look, that was definitely in mind, just aesthetically, in terms of what we were kind of trying to achieve with Trad. But I mean, The Love Witch is just so gorgeous. It's hard to
mhm,
even come close to that. But that also, has the whole feminist kind of fighting back at the patriarchy
mhm.
theme to it. And then there were other movies, in the back of our minds, like our lead actor Andrew asked me, what he should look at, and I that was really hard because he's so villainous, but we wanted him to be charming enough to
Yeah,
understand why Mary was ever into him in the first place.
that
Uh,
makes sense.
so I told him to look at Bob Fosse's Star 80, um, which
Mhm,
is a really dark movie, but Eric Roberts
mhm.
in that movie is such a slime ball and so creepy, but he's so charismatic. Like you can't stop watching him, and you kind of understand his manic energy could sweep someone away.
Yeah.
So those were a few things. The movie Cam, I love, and that was like a pretty influential as far as the way Homemaker Mary interacts with her followers.
Mhm. Yeah. So one that you said it was called Star 80.
Star 80, yeah. That
Yeah,
is
I
in terms of the relationship between
okay.
husband and wife. It's a
Yeah.
dark,
Mhm.
dark film.
I love dark films, so I've not watched that. So I think I will now.
And then, of course, I've got to mention Stepford Wives.
Oh,
It's never been a huge touchstone for me, but that's kind of like the pinnacle of this kind of trad wife,
yeah.
idealizing a certain kind of wife or woman, in the way that
Mhm.
society looks at people. That's like the grandmother of these sort of stories in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. So going back to what you said, where, there's these movies and these works that really show a feminist movement, even if, say, the Stepford Wives didn't directly influence this, it is still there. It's still in our realm of knowledge
Oh,
to
it's
kind
in
of
the DNA.
drive that.
Oh, without a
Hmm.
doubt, like this Stepford Wives was one of the first to like plant this flag, and so this is just in that, greater umbrella
Yeah.
of cinema.
Yeah. So you were saying how your wife really had a driving force in this made, and the star was asking for things to like inspire him. What else do you really, really enjoy doing when you're collaborating to make this?
I mean, I love all of it. To me, that's the most fun part about making a movie is surrounding yourself with really talented people and having them contribute their ideas. As long as everyone's like on the same page with the story and
Yeah.
the characters and the vision, then everyone's bringing their best ideas to the table. You're gonna have a better project in the end. And so I love pre-production and talking the script through. I went through a lot of drafts and I got a lot of great notes from friends during that process. And
Mhm.
then reality comes in and you got to shift things to your location and to the people you're working with.
And the
Um,
budget.
Budget, yeah. I mean, the camera crew was great. Matt Blake, DP, did an amazing job, and he was very influential in how it looked. Um, Working with Jesse Soft, the editor, was huge, and we basically still writing in post-production, shifting the story and moving things around.
Mhm.
And Justin Lee, who was kind of like a jack of all trades on the movie, he was responsible for a lot of the graphics that you see. So like the funny little gags as Homemaker Mary's interacting with these people online.
Yeah.
And I think
Mhm.
that's a huge part of the movie. That's almost like a second story within the story. So I
Very true.
kind of hope Trad is it's fun to watch, multiple times because you can go back and see what's going on under the surface. And then working with Mirai Kawashima, the composer, that guy's just a living legend, and it's an honor to have his name on the project and see how he interacted with the material. It was just a total pleasure and delight. And like even I enjoy even like the process we're in now, which is like doing the festival circuit and like meeting
Mhm.
people. I feel like getting the art done for the post. I love all of it, talking to critics and influencers and content creators and just people who see the movie. It's all part of the life, the journey of making the project. And so I really enjoy it all. I feel like it's still living, and that's another fun thing is that Millie, the actress, who I must give Millie Sanders the utmost credit because she is Homemaker Mary and she delivers an incredible performance. She also took time out of her life to make all these content videos that I think
Yeah.
that's how you first discovered Trad, right? Was through
Yes.
Homemaker. So yeah, I mean, Millie has just been so supportive and amazing to work with, and she brings so many great ideas to the table. And especially like with Beyond the Movie, we were doing all the Homemaker Mary content videos, which if you add all of those videos up, it's like got to be 3, 4, 5 times as long as the actual short film.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of content out there just for this film. I was wondering about that as far as the content that was made to be online pre the short film. Was that mostly Millie, or is that like a joint project between you and her,
It,
or
it
was it the
was
whole crew?
it was joint between me and Millie,
Hmm.
almost entirely. We got a couple assists along the way, like Millie's husband Matt, who's an incredibly talented filmmaker. He helped do
Hmm.
one of the videos, and of course, it's like the best video out of all of them. But yeah, I mean, Millie and I would kind of like bat ideas around together, and then she'd come over. We'd shoot a bunch of those videos in a day without giving away our secrets, because who knows, Homemaker Mary might return.
Oh, I
Um,
hope
but
so.
yeah, and then there was a certain point where Millie wanted to write a bunch of those, and so she did an amazing job, and I said, go for it. Like she was really feeling the character and feeling the direction it was going. So yeah,
Mhm.
we traded off, collaborated, and it was kind of almost like a two-person team for most of those.
I think you started in what, the summer of last year with
Yeah.
that, and you ended around, what was it, Christmas?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I was going to ask, is there going to be more? Because she kind of left us with her new life with those.
Yes, there's a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
To be determined. I'll leave it at that. It's
Okay.
unclear where
That's
Homemaker
fair.
Mary is or what she's up to. We'll save that for the
Hmm.
trad sequel.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So with Trad, it's been in a lot of the festivals, it's won things, it's still going to more. What are you looking forward to for the future of Trad?
I mean, short term, I'm just very excited for people to see it at festivals. It's really
Hmm.
gratifying to watch it with an audience on a big screen. And, we've had a few screenings where you can hear people audibly react to certain moments, and that's the best. So I hope
Hmm.
to get more of that feeling over the next few months. And then more long term, hopefully we'll be able to get it online at a certain point after the festival run. And of course, I'll let you know about that. And then we'll see if maybe there's a more long form trad project in the future. That would be
Yeah,
great. You know,
that would be
uh,
fantastic. Hmm.
it's a hard boulder to push up a mountain, but it's worthwhile. And it's things like this and the festivals that like build the momentum towards that. So we'll see. Cautiously
Hmm.
up, trying to be optimistic.
I mean, I think it's going great so far. Everyone that I know, in the online sphere who has watched Trad absolutely loves it because it is fantastic. And you can tell that the people who made this really believe in what was made too.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. I hope more people check it out. And I am very grateful to anyone who does a review, posts about it on Letterbox, posts about it on
Hmm.
social media. All that stuff adds to the momentum and helps people learn about it and check it out. So coming up, we have on February 27th, we have our Asia premiere at the Wench Film Festival in Mumbai, India, which I'm stoked about. The festival is amazing and they have such a great lineup of movies.
Hmm.
Um, I wish I could be there. I'm so bummed that I'm not going to be there, but I'm excited for that
That has
one.
to hurt a bit. Yeah.
That would be so cool. But like I said, like watching it with a horror audience is the best. So I don't know how many more times I'll get that opportunity, knock on wood, hopefully a bunch more, but you never know. So
So with trad, a trad wife, it's the ultimate performance of what a woman should be. So that being said, what would your drag queen name be? Because they are also the performance.
that's the hardest question you've asked me
Yes.
because, at different days it could be different things.
Okay.
You know, I'm kind of torn here because like as a heavy metal fan, uh,
Hmm.
I'm I'm really drawn to the name Anne Thrax.
I
But
love that. Yeah.
in honor of trad though, I feel like I gotta go with an artist who's on the soundtrack, and that would be the iconic Tanya Tucker.
That is amazing. I love that. I think that's it. Yes.
Tanya
That's
Tucker.
definitely the one.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to add about, the trad journey or in anything that you're working on in the future that you want to get out there?
I've just really enjoyed making trad, and this whole process has been a blast. Even with all the ups and downs and the struggles, it's ultimately the most exciting to share it with people, and hopefully most people seem to really dig it, and I hope that
Yeah.
continues. Um, I think it's, has a lot to say about the state of the world right now, and
Yeah.
but I hope it's also entertaining, like I don't want it to
Mhm.
be feel like homework or a school lesson. I want it to be fun, but also want it to have something to say. So I hope people continue to discover it and check it out, give it a chance and enjoy it at festivals, online, wherever you see trad. And then going forward, there's several projects in the works. I ideally would love to get a feature going at some point. So that's the goal,
Yeah.
but there might
Hmm.
be another short or two in the future.
Oh, fantastic. Do you
We're
want to
working on
see like trad as a feature, or are you looking towards a different film?
I would love to see TRAD as a feature, but that's still kind of a work in progress developing the script where I have other scripts that
Mhm.
are kind of more ready to go. So
Yeah.
if there's any financiers out there who like TRAD, hit me up.
There you go.